Welcome to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Cinco de Mayo. It's actually a thing, believe it or not. You're watching Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented to you by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor. Today, we got a good one for you. Now, our in-studio guests, I'm going to get to in just a second. But there's ways here in the Northwest that we can go out and go fishing, help salmon, help steelhead, and make money. It's called the Pike Minnow Reward Program. We've talked about it here on Outdoor GPS for, going on a decade. I know it's close to that. It's got to be close to that range. And we're going to just give you some insight on how this first week has been. We've got Eric Winther here in the studio. You've all seen him here before. We're going to find out how things are going already, and then also how you can participate in this Pike Minnow Reward Program. It's actually super simple, and done correctly and professionally maybe is the best way to do it, because the folks that do it that way and focus with it like they should, they're making six figures a year in a very short span of time. Believe it or not, the top individuals each year are right at that $100,000 mark, if not over. And yes, you heard me correctly. It's absolutely true. But you don't have to be that intense with it. You can actually just go out with your family and friends whenever you decide that you wish to do it by using an app. So there's ways that you can participate in this that are very easy, as opposed to maybe what was just happening just a handful of years ago. And we'll have a chance to check in with Eric here in the studio and give you that insight and maybe just get you motivated to do it. By the way, I'm going to give this up a little early. This program has been going on for a little over 30 years now. They reached 1 million anglers this past year. That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. And hopefully it's something that you might be interested in. After that, we're going to check in with our good friend Austin Mosier from Austin's Northwest Adventures. Ryan, I got it right. He's over in the east side of Washington chasing those things. True dinosaurs, oversized sturgeon. And it is an ecosystem up there that can actually sustain that. Not like below Bonneville. Nope, the states have let that go. But this is certainly something that's very interesting and a ton of fun. I've caught hundreds, literally, of these things over the years. It's been a very long time for me, though. So it'll be great to check in with Austin, find out how things are going for him real time. And I hear the weather is a little interesting over there. Typically, when we talk with Austin on the east side of Washington, it's always nice and clear, but apparently this morning it's not. So we'll see how things are going for him real time this morning. So make sure you check us out throughout the entire show for that, because he'll be our last couple of segments this morning. As always, on this upcoming segment in our field report, we'll give you a final idea of what's going to happen this upcoming week. When you're talking about river levels, things are certainly changing. We've had rain that hasn't stopped, it seems like, in 2 or 3 days, and that's really making things pop a bit. Now, it doesn't look like some of the tributaries are going to go out as much as they were initially forecasting, but the Willamette certainly is. So we'll cover that. Maybe give you a day when you might think about trying to get out after things turn over. We'll show you the turbidity that hasn't gone out as bad or as quickly as I thought it may throughout yesterday and then this morning. But we'll find out how things are there. I can definitely say that there's not a lot of participation this morning, not a lot of folks out there for a number of different reasons. As I came over the river this morning, there was very few boats on the water, so we'll see again, what you might be able to look into or look forward to, I should say, this upcoming week. Along with that, we've got a derby that we're going to make sure that we get out there to you for the Merwin Reservoir, and which, if you've never been up there, we're going to give you a heck of an excuse to head up there. As always, one of my favorite places to chase kokanee. Actually, I still think it's the only place I've ever chased kokanee, but we're going to check in and give you that info like we always do. Also, when we have that opportunity, we're going to try to get some phone calls in. You can see right down here, it's the viewer hotline, 503-548-6777. If you want to put your name on it, call Bridget. She's here in the studio this morning as well, but she won't let me put her on camera. Anyway, can we go ahead and take one of these calls? Let's take Richard from Kenmore. We always have a chance to check in with Richard with a report from somewhere. Last time we talked with Richard, he was down in our backyard on the Willamette. Where are you actually at, Richard, today? Usually you're up north. Are you down south again? Where are you?
Yeah, I'm just right back down, same place, just fishing right out of Scappoose.
Oh, my God. You came down on the rise. You are motivated, my friend. How are things going this morning?
Yesterday we went 2 for 4
Nice.
with like an 11 and an 8, and
Okay.
this morning my buddy got an 18-pounder.
Oh, see, now I'm very, very jealous. An 18-pounder. I've been doing okay this year, Richard, and everything. I've measured about half of them. And if you don't know what that means, everyone, trying to determine if it's a jack or not. They're all tiny, for me at least. But to hear of an 18-pounder and on the rise, how did you actually get the bite?
Spin rays, Pro Troll spin rays with the light with the LED in the middle. Let's see, what is that one called? Disco ball.
Okay.
And green label herring, dyed chartreuse, and I added some extra chartreuse to that too to really get it to pop.
All right, so everyone understand you can fish herring behind a 360. Probably the least talked about bait that we fish
Owen,
with.
no. Hey, Owen, it wasn't behind a 360. It's the spin ray. It's the spin ray from Pro Troll, their imitation of a fish flash.
I got you. Yes, it's the inline with the light in there. I misunderstood. All right, so at least you got bit. Is there a crowd out there? Is there a bunch of people fishing, or is it kind of quiet?
Not so much up top, but down out in front, there's probably 70 boats.
70?
Yeah, easy.
Dude, all right. Well, that'll be interesting with the water on the rise and the color starting to go. What's the water look like this morning?
Probably 2.5, 3 feet.
So still very fishable. The only bad side or only negative thing, I guess you could say, everyone, is that the river is on a rise, but there sounds like there's a bite or two. Have you seen many fish get caught?
Seen one this morning and one yesterday. The boats were kind of spread out. We got the fish in the afternoon yesterday, and people were really spread out. So
Gotcha. Well, very cool. I'm glad that you made the trip back down and you got yourself some fish. Hopefully you can finish things off strong today, Richard. As always, though, we appreciate your report.
Hey, I appreciate it, On. I just needed to come down and get some of the finest meat in the world.
Yes, sir. I'm holding on to the one I got on Friday tightly. I got to save it for Eva. She's out of town. When she comes back, we're going to have salmon for dinner. Richard, thanks for the call, man. Good luck. Be safe, and I hope that you can get another couple fish before you're done. Thanks, Richard. What I will certainly say is you can't catch them if you're sitting at home on the couch. But you can go out after 10 o'clock when the show's done. All right, let's show you some of the photos that everybody's been sending in. There's a bunch of them. Nice largemouth bass right there. And there's been a lot of folks that are chasing those already. It is a very interesting temperature range when you're talking about 52 to 55 degrees, which is where we're at now. That's obviously a largemouth. Most folks are going to be chasing smallies. But, yeah, if you know what you're doing in the right zone, they're out there. Here's a great photo. Click-a-tat Tom. Sally, nice bird. Yeah, that's a good one. Long beard, fully mature. You can see that that tail has really come in nice. That's a darn nice bird. Well done, Sally. And there's been a lot of those. You're going to see some more as we go forward the next handful of weeks. Crappie fishing. Now, we need to get Crappie Killer back in here because this is the time when he's probably super busy. And if you're out there watching, Kevin, call us up, man. We want to get you into the studio again and start talking crappie fishing now that it's actually in full swing. And it just made my stomach growl looking at that. Eric, do you chase those things very often?
Back in the day.
Back in the day, they're delicious. Here's another delicious fish, Mars Spur Springer. There's been a lot of those, a lot of Spur Springers. We love showing those off, and yeah, you got to get out there and chase them in order to get that first one. Great photo. I love the background. Certainly. Here you go. 3 folks from a small tributary chasing some salmon as well. 3 Stooges. Perfect. Looks like they had a wet day, but they had some success. No videos today, but we got more photos to show you. So if you've been sending them in, pay attention. And sometimes for those folks that have sent them in recently, it takes a week or two for them to actually pop up. We get that question quite a bit. You just got to kind of watch each week, right? And you're going to have a chance to see your photo pop up. Chasing tuna, those are albacore off of one of our coast. I hope they went out in a bigger boat than the one that's in the back. Hey, but that's just me. Nice photo. Ken, thanks for sending it in. Another spring Chinook. Willie has been catching some fish. I believe this is more, I think we've seen more than one photo from him here so far this year. Very cool. Hopefully this week is going to be interesting. We'll talk about that this upcoming segment with things changing. Of course, the easiest way to do it's the Fox 12 app. Find Outdoor GPS, scroll down. It'll show you exactly how to upload your photos and video, and we will do the same thing for you. Show off your photos. All right, we're going to cut to a break. When we come back, we do have a phone call hanging. We'll try to get that in. Along with that, we're going to have the info for you to make a decision this upcoming week, and we'll check in with Katie Suniga and find out what this weather is really going to do. Based on the forecast I saw this morning, it's going to get really hot really quick. Let's see if that holds out. We'll be right back.